What's up guys, today I'm going to be doing a super quick tutorial on how to build a pumpkin farm, as pumpkin is currently the best crop to sell on Dysteria. So yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, so first you want to mark out a size for your pumpkin farm. In this video I'll be doing a 1 chunk pumpkin farm, so that is a 16 by 16, and once you have it marked out you got to get some walls up and put water over it. Alright, the next thing you're going to want to do is go up about 20 to 30 blocks from bedrock. Like if you built this down by bedrock, this would be your bedrock level. You want to go 20 to 30 blocks up. I'll be going up 30 blocks and just put a floor in right there. Alright, so this is basically how one completed version or layer of this pumpkin farm is going to look, and this is what you're going to want to repeat upwards and lengthwise, and I'll just do that. Once you have mapped out your farm like I have done, the next thing you're going to want to do is build your glowstone pillars up to sky limit. So just go up, build them up all the way to sky limit. The next step after you've completed building your glowstone pillars to sky limit, or however high your farm is going to be, is to build these torch towers. For those of you who don't know how to build a torch tower, this is the basic design. You're going to have one torch on this side and then another torch on this side, this one powering this one off, and this one leaving this one alone because it's been powered off. So this one would be on, which powers this one off, and this one's again left alone, and this one is allowed to power this one off. So this is used to carry a vertical redstone. So if I were to take off this torch, you'd see that this one would now switch on, that one would now switch on, and that one would now switch on. If I were to put it back, you can see that they turn off. And for the middle torch towers, you're going to have to put a torch on both sides as opposed to this one where you wouldn't have the torch right here. But for the middle towers, you're going to have to put a torch on both sides, as you're going to have pistons right here and pistons on this side right here and right here. So when this torch would go off, your pistons would extend, and as it would come back, your pistons would retract again. And the same idea goes with this one, except there's only one row of pistons that this is powering. So we take out this torch, pistons would extend, this torch back, and the pistons would retract. Once you have built your redstone torches, the next thing you need to do is put in your pistons. I'd recommend you doing this like this, by placing your pistons on the side of the torch, going up, placing your pistons, and when you're done, you just take down the dirt on your way down and you repeat it like that. Once you're done your pistons, there was a step I forgot to mention, and that is going behind each one of your glowstone pillars and creating a little slab box just like this, because we will be dropping water down from the ceiling to fill these holes right here, so you can go around and fill in all your slabs just like this. So if I can fill all of them in just like this, and this is to prevent these torches right here getting taken out when we drop water. So you just go around, fill all your slabs, and yeah. Alright, once you're done putting in those slabs, you go behind all your glowstone pillars and you place water going down just like that. And because you've placed your slabs, this will not interfere with any of the redstone. Alright, the final step to completing this top side of your farm before we go and work on the bottom is to actually plant your crops. And you're going to do this by finding every block which is not next to a piston. And oops, let me just grab the diamond hoe again and pumpkin seeds. And you're going to till it and then place your pumpkin seeds on every block that is not next to a piston, because when this grows to be a pumpkin stalk, the pumpkin will spawn either here or here, and when your piston extends you want it to shoot out the pumpkin instead of breaking your crops. So you go ahead, plant all your crops just like this, fill up another layer like this, and then just repeat it for as many layers as you have, for as many rows as you have. Alright, you have done your torch towers, you've done your glowstone pillars, you've put in your pistons, you've put the water in, and you've planted your crops, and you have pretty much done the bulk of the work for this pumpkin farm. The only thing left to do is to create the redstone that will hook up to your timer, that will set your pistons going off at a certain time interval so that your pumpkin will actually get collected. As well as the redstone system, we're going to put in a quick collection system, but it's really easy. You've pretty much done all the hard work. All that's left is a quick redstone system in here, and then a collection system. Alright, I'm going to quickly explain what you want to do for this collection system down below by your pumpkins. And what you want to do is you want to collect it on one side of your farm, but have it not interfere with these torch towers. And I've found that this middle block right here, this block right here, is in the middle of two torch towers. And if you build your collection system right here, as it takes up 3 blocks, one to stop the water on this side, one to stop the water on this side, and one for the water to flow in the middle, it will not interfere with these torch towers, as you do need to carry these torch towers down later. So what you're going to want to do is place a water bucket on this side and to have it flow all the way down. Then you place another water bucket over here, and you're going to need a sign to stop the water flow right here. Alright, that's simple enough. And then on this side, 2 blocks in, place another water bucket so that whatever collects over there will also flow down here. And then, let me just get out of here for a second, a water bucket right here to flow into the middle, and you can put that glass in there. And you're going to do the same on the other side. I pretty much have it done except for the water bucket right here. Alright, and that means that anytime your pumpkin gets harvested, it will flow down from this end over there, down to here, down here, into this tubes, and all the pumpkin will collect on this one spot right here. And the same thing happens on the other side, and any pumpkin that collects on these blocks right here will also flow down into these water pipes, and it'll again collect right here. As I mentioned earlier, we can now continue on the redstone part, and the first step is to continue all these torch towers down to the bottom over here, and you can hear the pistons all fired off, and you can see that our pumpkin is actually now starting to collect. But don't worry about that right now. Just continue all the torch towers down to the middle, just like this. And you want to have it stop when all the pistons have retracted. They're not extended. You want to have the pistons retracted. So let's go check if they're extended or retracted currently. You can see that, yep, the pistons on the ends over there, the pistons on the end for this torch tower are not extended, and that means you have set your floor on a proper level. If the pistons are extended, just continue your torch tower down one more block, and the redstone signals for all of them will invert, and the pistons will retract again. Alright, the next thing we're gonna do is create a simple clock, and you could just follow along what I'm doing right here. You have 2 hoppers facing into each other, comparators facing out on each end of that, blocks up on this side, another block up on this side, with redstone on either side, just like that. And then put a sticky piston right there, sticky piston right there, and a redstone block right here. And you're gonna put in a certain amount of items into this hopper right here, and for every stack of items you place in here, it is 1 minute added to this timer. So if you fill this up with 5 stacks of items, you've added 5 minutes to this timer. But since Dysteria, or because of Dysteria's hopper system, 4 items flow out of a hopper at each time, which means that if you have 4 stacks, in vanilla Minecraft that would be 4 minutes, but because 4 items are flowing out at once, if you have 4 stacks on Dysteria, that is actually 1 minute. But for the purpose of this, I'm actually just going to put in about 16, so you can see that our output will actually be right here. So this is our output, and you'll see when the timer has completed itself, this will flick on and then flick back off. There, it went on and it went back off. And if you want to turn off this quick clock, you just flick that lever. This redstone dust right there will be turned on, and it will stop as soon as all the items return to this hopper right here. There we go, it has stopped. Alright, the next part can be a little bit tricky if you don't understand what you're actually doing, but if you do, it's just a matter of messing around with a little bit of redstone. So what you have to do is you have to connect that source right here to each one of these pillars, and you want to have it flow either into the side like that or into the back like that, but you actually have to have the redstone signal point into this block. You can't have it like this because the redstone signal is not pointing directly into this block, it is diverting to the side. You can achieve this through putting a repeater right there, or simply have the redstone point straight into these blocks. And this is how I've found this row can be done really easily. You just place your redstone like that, and already you've taken care of these 8 pillars just like that. And then we can connect our signal up just like this, and that row is already taken care of. So we take care of this row just like this, and we have to make sure that none of our redstone interferes with each other. And the only pillar we have left is this one, and these two might be a little bit tricky. I'll see how I can do them, and I'll get back to you in a second. Alright, it's actually really simple. I have to place a repeater right here so it doesn't interfere with this torch under here. But you can see that this pillar right here has been taken care of, as we have something pointing directly into it. So that is done. The 8 on this side are done. This one right here is looking a little bit funny. So the 8 there are done, the one back there is done, this one is done, this one is done, and this one is done. So all our pillars have been taken care of. But now we have to actually connect this source to those redstone wirings. So I can get it done just like this, and place one repeater going that way, one repeater going that way, and one connecting into those. And you just want to make sure that if you connect this right here, you don't want it flowing around and then into these, as you'll have an endless redstone signal. So you can take that out, as this one is taking care of these 3. This one is useless, and this repeater right here is taking care of the rest of them on this side. And if you want to make it nice, since you have 2 ticks till this row fires off, you can set, there's 1 tick right here and a 2nd tick right here for the rest of them, so all of them will actually go off at the same time because they're all set on 2 ticks. But before you're done, you just want to make sure that you have connected them all up correctly. So if you go ahead and flick this on, you should see that all of your torches on this side have turned on, all the ones on this side have turned on, all the ones on this side are good, and this one right here, oh yes, it hasn't been connected, but it is definitely good as well. So that is your redstone completely done. Wasn't hard at all. Alright, the last thing you want to do, the last and final thing you want to do, is create a quick collection system. You can see I've been really lazy with mine. I just put a bunch of chests and a bunch of hoppers flowing into them. You can honestly make a better one. I've just been a little bit lazy with this. But you just grab another sign. I'm pretty sure I took out the sign that was here because it was bothering me with all the pumpkins getting stored up here. Just take a sign, place it right there, and case that in with glass so that all your pumpkin do fall in down here. So whenever your pumpkin collects from your collection system, it'll fall straight down here into your hopper. You can even put glass right here so that you're 100% sure that none of your pumpkin gets lost like that. And it all flows, oops, I misplaced one. It all flows straight into that hopper and into your chests. And that's about it. That's a pumpkin farm done. So after all this hard work and all of the hours that you probably spent building this pumpkin farm, I can't help but wonder how much pumpkin can you actually make in one harvest. So let's say you put four stacks in here, which means that it is a 1 minute interval with your farm going off. Oh, that's a weird sound. How much pumpkin would you actually make? So I want to test. I think I've left this for about a couple of minutes. I don't know. Not more than like a minute and a half. But the pumpkin has spawned in, and I'm gonna actually test, and let's see how much pumpkin we get from one harvest, and then we'll multiply that to see how much pumpkin we can make in a day, so 24 hours. So once our thing has gone off, that should stop, yes, and we'll, oh snap, that's a lot of pumpkin. So we'll clear our inventory so you can see we have nothing, and let's check how much pumpkin we're actually making. That's a lot of pumpkin. Alright, I think that's all the pumpkin that we can get. Oh, actually there might be a little bit more. The rest that's falling down like this are graphical glitches, I think. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any more actual pumpkin falling down. But this is pretty good. Oh, that's actually really good. So that's 18, 19, 20, 21. Let's just round it to 21 stacks. Unless we can get to 22 stacks, possibly. Alright, we'll round it to 22 stacks. Alright, let's do some quick math here. If we got 22 stacks in about a minute, that is about 1,320 stacks in an hour, and that would be 31,680 stacks in 24 hours, assuming you AFK'd there for 24 hours straight. That is 31,680 stacks. And if we multiply 31,680 by 405, which is the price of a stack of pumpkin in shop, the grand total for the amount of money that this farm will make you in one day, aka 24 hours, is $12,830,400. And I think that's very worth the amount of time you put into this farm. So I hope that video was nice and short. It was compact. I didn't spend too much time blabbing on about nothing, and I cut right to the point. But that is your pumpkin farm tutorial, and thanks for watching. Leave a like and a subscribe if you did like the video. It really helps. I can see the feedback. It just really helps if you leave a like and a comment even. So thanks for watching, guys. See you later.